Hello Wargamers, I'm Invasive Ramnus, and today I just want to do a quick video talking about the upcoming Tyranid release. A lot of pictures of the new models have leaked, and I just want to share some thoughts on them, and maybe give you guys a first glimpse if you haven't already seen them. So yeah, before we get started, one, I want to say thank you for watching. If you liked the video, I think you know what to do. And of course, check out all my other videos, 40K related and otherwise, on my channel. Second, I want to apologize for the video quality. I'm currently in an in-between phase with my microphone, so it's going to be a little airy, but that should be solved within a week or so here. So, on with the show. This is a list of the upcoming releases according to NAFTA at Fate. He's been really cautious about allowing people to see these pictures. He's been deleting all the links to them that I've been able to find, leaving it up to other people like Kirby on 3++ and other sites to show you these models. Yeah, but that's for good reason. If you follow his site, you know why. But yeah, so they're going to come out with the Codex, Psychic cards, no big surprises there. The Harpy and Hive Guard are going to be the new flyers. The Hard Specs and Exocrine are the new big bugs. Warriors get a reboot, and Hive Guard and Tyrant Guard also get a reboot. Carnifex gets repackaged, and the Swarm is basically a battle force. Interesting there, that's 95 models for $170. Probably going to have a lot of Ormagants and Termagants, so that will be interesting to watch to see how many models you get in it. It says 95 models for $170. That could be a really good deal, depending on what you get. So, but knowing GW, that's probably exactly the same price you will pay for it if you buy it piecewise. So, yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up too much there, but nonetheless, 95 miles for $170. See how that goes. All right. So what you want to see is this. This is the new Hive Guard model. It looks pretty cool. Basically, comes with these underslung ammo sacks that feed up to a mouth-mounted gun. Can't say I really like the look of that. Can't imagine it's very easy for that thing to eat anything with a giant thing coming out of its mouth. But nonetheless, it still looks pretty cool. The neatest feature of this model is going to be these like Remora missiles. I'm not sure if they're going to be like flying rippers or what, but clearly I think that they're going to turn out to be some sort of missile, anti-air missile, that will have an interesting mechanic, just based off the look of it. You know, you might expect it to be some strong anti-air, but you never know. I might expect the mouth-mounted cannon to be something similar to the auto cannon, but that's probably just because the Helldrake kind of has the same thing going on with the mouth-mounted weaponry. Additionally, I'm confused about where the tertiary set of limbs is on this. All Tyranids have 6 limbs, and here we see 1 limb for the wing, 1 set of limbs for the ammo pouches, and then I'm not sure if this blade back here is the tertiary set, or if this small supporting structure here is supposed to be the tertiary set. So, not sure what's going on there. Yeah, but it is interesting that it has scales on the bottom part of its tail. I guess, of course, that could be the tertiary set of limbs if that's a leg, but I think it's a tail. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Something that this Crone and the Harpy model seen here have in common is they both look really thick. The Harpy looks to be really tall from the dorsal fin to the I don't know, whatever the opposite of dorsal is. I don't remember. So from top to bottom, it looks like it's pretty thick. That kind of is weird for me, just because it seems like it'd be hard to fly. I mean, you can say all you want about Storm Ravens looking like they wouldn't fly, not being very aerodynamic, but it brings it to a whole new level when it's supposed to be a biological unit. It just looks kind of clunky. So I can't say I really like that. I would have preferred a sleeker look, but what can you do? I do really like the head and, you know, the head and everything else about this model. It looks really cool. It's almost exactly like it looks in the old Codex entry, as far as having the two underslung weapons here. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, other than being pretty bulky, it has some nice sleek features that make it a pretty cool unit. I'm excited to see if they give this any other options as far as weaponry goes, but I kind of have a feeling that they won't. I think they're going to leave anti-air stuff up to the Crone, and then also to Hive Guard. All right. Like I said, Tyranid Warriors get a reboot. Slightly different body as far as the legs and joints go, but the new packages are supposed to come with all the weapons you need. No longer do you need to try to piece together bone swords and lash whips. It should come with everything that you need to assemble all of your Tyranid Warriors. It's going to come in a pack of 3. And one of those is supposed to be able to turn into the Tyranid Prime, which I'll show you in just a second here. But first I want to point out some of the nice changes that they're making to the limbs in order to bring them up to date with other contemporary versions of themselves. The weapons here look pretty cool, I think. Rending Claws, Venom Cannons, Scything Talons, all of them are like their bigger brothers, which look pretty nice. Now here's my second favorite model of the release, is the Tyranid Prime. Like I said, it's going to come with options to have a bone sword and lash whip, just like you would hope. But it has some really awesome carapace structures on the shoulders and head. I think it looks really nice. This is a long overdue model, and it's great to see it actually come out and actually have some character to it. Again, I would be interested to see if they're going to give this some extra weapons, but I doubt it. I think that it's going to have the same weapons that you might find in the current codex. But you can see that it has some redesigned legs here, which look nice. You've probably seen this one. This is the redone Hive Guard. This proby weapon here is likely some sort of anti-air. It looks pretty neat. A bit confused on the sashes here. I guess it's supposed to be bioelectrical, maybe like an electric eel type thing. So maybe that's what these are, some sort of bioelectric pulse thing. But I don't know. They look pretty cool. I really like the extended limbs. I feel like these guys are going to be much more, you could almost see them being pretty nimble almost, as opposed to more clunky. So that's pretty cool. They're almost like Orson Welles tripods in some ways, just with these long legs. Is pretty cool. And I like the poses, and I really do like how the carapace comes over and encapsulates the head. The old model did that, but in a slightly different way. I think this looks a little bit nicer and provides a little bit more of a cohesive model. This is the new Hero Specs. Yeah. Again, tentacle monster, very similar to the older demon release, but I think this guy is actually pretty darn sweet. I like him much more than his cousin, the Exocrine, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, so this guy has a giant mouth and huge claws. It's a I don't know, what do you call it? A resurrected unit from the old armor cast days. The old model didn't look like this much at all, but this guy is pretty sweet. He's got a huge tongue, all sorts of tentacles coming out of his mouth, and these huge claws, which are meant to really just rip a guy in half, I think is how they were described. They used to be able to rip a man in half, and then he has some sort of acid spray, and so that's what I think this is probably about. It's also possible he could have some sort of transport capacity, although I think that's unlikely. You could imagine throwing a few gaunts in there and having him split them out, just blah, and then spitting. So that's pretty neat. I'm really looking forward to seeing additional views of this guy. Huge arms, huge legs, huge mouth, clearly. It'll be interesting to see what kind of role he plays on the battlefield. Here's his cousin, the Exocrine. I'm not sure how this is going to play on the battlefield, seeing as it's it's a big gun with it's a big bug with a big gun, very similar to the Tyranids. So I'm not sure how much crossover there's going to be there. It might be a little redundant. They might do something different with the Tyranids, moving it to a different slot or giving it something else. Maybe this is some sort of escalation only unit. The Exocrine is maybe, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they incorporate this. But yeah, I mean, I guess if I had to put my money on it, it probably has some sort of weird ordnance weapon, or it's an escalation unit. It has some sort of D weapon, something like that. But yeah, so has little tiny arms and big legs, so that's interesting. But it's kind of a cool model. But I mean, really, the giant phallic gun and little tiny arms and the chest plate here, the carapace down here, seems really bland to me. And I think part of that is due to the limitations that they have with making big plastic models. It's really hard for them to make big plastic models with lots of grooves in them. But yeah, this guy not on my must-get list, unfortunately. Just not something that's super attractive to me. But still, it'll be interesting to see how they incorporate it into the game. And then this is my favorite model. It's a little blurry, I know, but this is the new Tyrant Guard model, and I absolutely love it. It incorporates all the best parts of the previous two iterations of the Hive Guard. It has these awesome legs, armored legs down there and up here, and then it comes with bone sword, lash whip, just like you would want. And my favorite part, though, again, is this carapace up by the head, how it encapsulates the head and then has this shielding on either side is really great. Yeah, I've heard some jokes about this is very Hamlet-y. Oh, Horatio. With the Space Marine helm here, I'm interested to see if they have different poses and stuff like that, which I think they might if this is going to be a dual kit with the Hive Guard. You would expect that there would be multiple poses or something like that with this, which will be exciting to see. So there you have it. Favorite model, Tyrant Guard. Second favorite model is the Tyranid Prime. Other than that, everything's pretty cool. Really could do without the giant phallus gun, though. Yeah. Not too happy about that. Would rather have them redo Termagants or something. Or maybe Lictors, or even making a Doom model. Or, hey, how about a Mysa Explorer? That'd be great, yeah. Mysa Explorer would have been great. According to rumors, there is no Mysa Explorer in the Codex. We'll see if that pans out. Hopefully it doesn't. But, we'll have to see how that goes once we actually get the rules. So, alright. Happy wargaming, and look forward to bringing you guys all sorts of cool Tyranid content once the Codex comes out.